Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating, though admittedly dark, corner of human history. We're talking about serial killers, individuals whose repeated acts of violence have shocked and terrified communities across the globe. It's a sobering thought, but some countries have actually recorded far more of these cases than others. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 countries with the highest number of confirmed serial killers, starting from the lowest in the top 10 and moving all the way up to the country with the most. Now, before we jump in, a quick but important note. Confirmed means cases that have been clearly identified, thoroughly investigated, and officially recorded in public or official data. We know that many other cases might tragically remain unknown or unreported, especially in areas with limited resources. Alright, ready? Let's begin this countdown. Kicking us off at number 10, we have Australia, with roughly 83 confirmed serial killers. Despite having a smaller population compared to some other nations, Australia has sadly produced several infamous names. The most notorious, without a doubt, is Ivan Milat, widely known as the backpacker murderer. In the 1990s, he lured and brutally killed travelers, creating a wave of fear that swept through both local communities and the international tourist scene. His horrifying crimes forever changed how the nation viewed safety for visitors and backpackers. Moving on to number 9, we head over to Germany, which has around 88 confirmed serial killers. One of the most profoundly disturbing cases to emerge from Germany is that of Niels Högel. He was a nurse who was convicted of murdering at least 85 hospital patients, though authorities believe his true victim count could have been significantly higher. His chilling case highlighted a terrifying reality: how some serial killers can hide in plain sight, even within positions of immense trust and responsibility, where they're expected to care for the vulnerable. In 8th place on our list, we find Italy, with about 97 confirmed serial killers. Italy's rich history also includes some truly chilling mysteries, perhaps none more famous than the monster of Florence. This refers to a series of killings, still largely unresolved, that targeted couples in the Italian countryside between the 1960s and 1980s. The case remains one of Europe's most infamous and enduring examples of criminal intrigue, captivating and perplexing investigators and the public for decades. Sliding into number 7 is Canada, with around 119 confirmed serial killers. Among the country's most notorious figures is Robert Pickton, who tragically murdered women from Vancouver's downtown east side. His crimes were more than just a shocking headline. They starkly exposed the deep vulnerability of marginalized communities, and very importantly highlighted serious flaws within Canada's policing and social systems at the time, prompting significant calls for reform and greater protections. At number 6, we arrive in India, with approximately 121 confirmed serial killers. One of the most infamous individuals here was Kampadamash, who chillingly confessed to killing about 70 people in the late 1970s. Given India's incredibly vast population and its complex social fabric, it's often suggested that the real number of serial killers could, unfortunately, be much higher than what official data currently suggests or is able to track effectively. Coming in 5th on our list is South Africa, with around 123 confirmed serial killers. A name that stands out in this context is Moses Sit, infamously known as the ABC Killer. He murdered dozens of victims in the mid-1990s, a period of significant social change and transition in the country. His brutal crimes painfully exposed how existing inequalities and limited police resources can, tragically, make it easier for serial offenders to operate undetected for longer periods, with devastating consequences. For number 4, we journey to Japan, with roughly 137 confirmed serial killers. Now, for many, this figure might seem quite surprising, especially considering Japan's remarkably low overall crime rate and its reputation for safety and order. One of the best-known cases is that of Kiyoshi Kubo, who murdered several young women in 1971. Cases like his tend to attract massive public attention in Japan precisely because they clash so sharply with the nation's deeply held values of peace and societal harmony. Holding the number 3 spot, we have the United Kingdom, with about 190 confirmed serial killers. 2 names, perhaps more than any others, truly define British true crime history. First, the legendary and still unidentified Jack the Ripper, who stalked the dark alleys of London in the late 1800s, and then the chilling figure of Harold Shipman, a trusted doctor who, shockingly, murdered hundreds of his own patients over several decades. The UK's long-standing and meticulously documented legal system has played a crucial role in preserving detailed records of both historic and modern serial crimes, allowing for this level of tracking. In a close second place, we find Russia with around 196 confirmed serial killers. One of the most infamous individuals from Russia's dark criminal history is Andrei Chikatilo, chillingly known as the Butcher of Rostov. He was convicted of killing more than 50 people between 1978 and 1990. Russia's enormous geography and the years of secrecy and limited information flow during the Soviet era made it especially difficult to track such crimes, unfortunately allowing some incredibly dangerous killers to act undetected for far too long. And finally, at number 1 by a truly massive margin is the United States, with over 3,600 confirmed serial killers. This staggering number includes some of the most recognizable and terrifying names in criminal history: Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne, Gacy, Richard Ramirez, and so many more. Experts suggest that the United States leads this list not just because of its large population, but also due to its advanced law enforcement capabilities, remarkably detailed record-keeping, and intense media coverage. These factors collectively helped identify, categorize, and document these difficult cases more thoroughly than in many other parts of the world. Now, while these rankings give us a snapshot of where serial killers have been most confirmed and documented, it's super important to remember that they don't necessarily reflect where these individuals are most common in reality. In many parts of the world, factors like poor record keeping, limited police resources, and various political influences mean that countless cases may tragically never be discovered or properly classified. Serial killers, though statistically rare, represent a deeply unsettling and profoundly dark aspect of human behavior, one that continues to both fascinate and horrify people everywhere. It serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of the human mind and the importance of continued vigilance. If you found this exploration informative and thought-provoking, please consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel for more true crime history, analysis, and discussions. We'd love to have you as part of our community. And remember, always respect the victims, stay curious, and most importantly, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.